On the afternoon of Wednesday, April 9, 2025, in Lansing, Michigan, Livingston County deputies spotted a stolen BMW X5 traveling eastbound on I-96 near Latson Road. When officers attempted to stop the vehicle, the driver refused to comply and initiated a high-speed pursuit during peak traffic hours, posing a serious threat to public safety. The SUV reached speeds of over 120 mph, dangerously weaving through traffic and colliding with at least 6 other vehicles. The situation escalated when suspects inside the car threw 2 firearms out, one of which was clearly captured on video being discarded onto the highway. The chase reached a dramatic conclusion when the suspect vehicle crashed head-on into another car at a red light near Jolly Road and Cedar Street, leaving a trail of destruction across both highway and city streets.
Just for gun out 5045.
Gun out, right at the westbound on-ramp. Clear number braking. Rear engine white truck.
Rear engine white truck 5047. Okay, I'm starting approaching another intersection.
Get head on the car, another car on Jolly. Jolly
is Jolly. So Jolly.
One white male, 3 black.
1 white male, 3 black, mailing 1708.
Just head on the car.
The driver, a young man, is currently in custody along with the other 4 individuals. Remarkably, no one was seriously injured despite the high-speed pursuit and violent collisions. Police are still searching for 2 suspects believed to have fled the scene. This is a warning that any act of assault, fleeing, or endangering the community will be dealt with strictly to ensure public safety. In the early hours of May 28, 2025, at around 3:20 a.m., Los Angeles police officers responded to an urgent robbery-in-progress call at a business in the 1700 block of Southwestern Avenue. According to dispatch comments, the suspect, later identified as 41-year-old Christopher Hall, was reportedly armed with a firearm and may have assaulted a female employee at the scene. He continuously threatened and pressured the male employee to hand over the money, but the employee firmly resisted, preventing him from succeeding. The suspect then pulled out a firearm to intimidate. He then ran into another restaurant and attempted another robbery but failed. There, he got into a violent scuffle with 2 employees. After a fierce struggle, he fled the scene. The robber quickly realized he was no match for the 2 determined employees. Unable to overpower them, he grabbed a few dollars, likely whatever he could reach in the moment, and made a run for it. It was a desperate, chaotic escape, and his plan clearly didn't go the way he expected. Upon arrival, officers received directions from eyewitnesses and an lapped air unit that Hall had fled to a nearby apartment complex, still armed. Hall was spotted walking down a narrow alleyway with a gun in his hand. Police approached him and ordered him to drop the weapon. However, Hall pointed the gun at the police, forcing them to open fire. Although he was not hit, Hall dropped the gun and climbed over a nearby fence.
Hey! He got him! Hey! He's right here! Drop the gun! Okay, I see him. Roger, I got the suspect right here. In the building. He's wearing a green shirt, black pants. Get over here!
Hall was spotted heading into a narrow passageway while holding the handgun. Officers made contact and ordered him to drop the weapon. Instead, Hall pointed the gun at them, prompting an officer-involved shooting. Although not struck, Hall dropped the weapon and climbed over a nearby fence. As he tried to flee further, an officer deployed a taser, causing Hall to fall to the ground. Officers quickly moved in and took him into custody without further resistance. As he continued to run, an officer fired a taser, knocking Hall to the ground. Officers quickly closed in and arrested him without further resistance. Following his arrest, Hall was placed in a recovery position and monitored until Los Angeles Fire Department paramedics arrived. He was transported to a hospital for medical evaluation and later released for booking. The weapon recovered at the scene turned out to be a black airsoft replica handgun. The female victim of the robbery sustained minor injuries and was treated on site. Thankfully, no officers or civilians were seriously harmed during the incident. At around 5:30 p.m. on May 17, 2025, in Sharonville, Ohio, local police attempted to stop a vehicle suspected of using a fake license plate. However, the driver, 54-year-old Alicia Bryant, suddenly sped away, striking a police cruiser and ignoring multiple commands to stop. Cruiser cam footage captured her driving the wrong way on Kemper Road before merging onto I-275, reaching speeds of up to 103 mph, 166 km/h.
Approaching the Springdale units right now. We're approaching you, passing you now.
The pursuit stretched over 10 miles, during which officers deployed multiple sets of stop sticks. Eventually, Bryant's vehicle was brought to a halt. She then attempted to flee on foot but was tackled by officers on the highway and taken into custody approximately 15 minutes after the chase began.
Sticks hit at the 52.6, continuing though east. Sticks hit on at least one, I believe. Tires going to be down. We're passing the 53.2, still a high-speed lane.
Is there a K9 close by that can help us if they flee into this wooded area up here?
Zach, I'll go for driver, you go for passenger if they split, if you're good with that.
They just lost their whole fire here. Their whole fire going to be pressed down. Okay, that's clear.
I got the driver, I got the driver, I got the driver. Get up there!
Alicia Bryant was arrested and received a $100,000 bond for failure to comply, a $200,000 bond for assaulting a police officer, and a $500 bond for drug paraphernalia. She was also cited for expired tags, driving under suspension, and had an active warrant from Butler County. Meanwhile, 45-year-old Kevin Gabbard, initially an uncharged passenger, now faces charges of drug possession, tampering with evidence, and is being held on a warrant from the Ohio Parole Authority. Fortunately, no injuries were reported, though parts of I-275 had to be temporarily closed during the incident. Any violation of the law, especially resistance against law enforcement, will be dealt with strictly. Law enforcement agencies are always prepared to respond swiftly to protect the community. This video is intended for educational and awareness purposes only.